We all know that there is a balance of masculine and feminine qualities inside each of us. Through the stories we have heard in class, though, it is apparent that imbalance can occur. Either a character can be too masculine and be rash, stubborn, and jump into things, or a character can display their feminine and show more caution and care. What I've been connecting to in the stories are the feminine qualities. Following feminine principles is quite prevalent in my life, and as seen through the stories, these qualities often lead to a reward. In the story Patient Griselda, Griselda kept her promise to her husband to follow his orders despite the circumstances. While the tests he put her through were cruel and terrible, Griselda silently followed. In the end, Griselda's feminine qualities of patience, tolerance, and loyalty paid off because once she passed all the tests, she regained her children and won the unconditional love of her husband. Feminine qualities in the story of the Golden Water are embodied by the daughter. Her two brothers display masculine qualities that get them in a mess on their journey. They are hasty and do not listen to advice. The daughter, on the other hand, comes to the forest with determination, having prepared for the journey and even thinking everything through, such as having cotton to shield her ears. The daughter shows feminine qualities in that she makes it a point to be well prepared and make informed decisions. In the end, she is the one who receives the golden water and frees her brothers who failed before her. Furthermore, in the Water of Life, the youngest son showed success instead of his two older brothers. When attempting to fetch the water of life, the two older brothers were riding their horses out of control, being rash and taking on the journey with a big ego. Although expected to display masculine qualities, the youngest son used his feminine complement. He was in control and in balance when riding, and he wasn't arrogant when getting advice from the dwarf. In the end, he was able to get the water of life. On a basic local level, we can apply this concept to college campuses. Because of peer pressure, many college students demonstrate the masculine and jump into things such as drinking too much alcohol without thinking of the consequences. If students took time to regard their mature feminine, they would make decisions about caring for their bodies and showing self-control. If these qualities were paid attention to by irrational college kids, problems such as alcohol poisoning and sexual abuse could be avoided on campus. Looking outside fictional stories and outside the immediate community, though, we can see that mature feminine has manifested itself in history. For me, Mahatma Gandhi embodies feminine qualities because his whole campaign for freedom from the British was based on nonviolence. He didn't want hatred to be nurtured. He took a passive approach in trying to make a statement to the British. Gandhi demonstrates to us that we don't need a masculine, violent force to make change. In the end, Gandhi's nonviolent actions allowed huge strides toward Indian independence. Overall, we can see that awareness of feminine complement is important in all circumstances and that it helps a person toward maturity. Making informed decisions and respecting the soft, passive side of life is equally as important as having the masculine tendency of an unyielding drive.